Cześć, dzień dobry wszystkim, Mufik z tej strony i zapraszam Was na odcinek z serii Kingdom Come Deliverance II, w którym sprawdzimy, kim jest Pustelnik. Zanim pojedziemy do Apoleny, nasz kolega Radowan podpowiedział, żeby się popytać o Pustelnika w karczmie w Troskowicach, mianowicie właśnie Beatę. O proszę, coś tutaj chyba się nie potoczyło dobrze przy tłumaczeniu.
I need some advice.
You want some advice? Here's some. If you ever fight here again, I'll drag you out by the ear myself. Got that?
Me? I made an effort. It was capon.
Aye, birds of a feather. Even in the pillory you were like a pair of turtle doves together. Down to business. I don't have all day for you. So what do you want?
I promised Radovan the blacksmith I'd go and see Ambrose the hermit in Apollonia.
My God, lad, stay away from them rocks. Ambrose the hermit sold his soul to the devil and won't talk
Ach,
to
te
nobody
przesądy.
no more.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But it seems a bit far-fetched.
So why would an evil spirit suddenly start appearing near Apollonia? It's the devil's work, believe you me.
And has anyone sent to the castle for the priest?
Not at all. Bailiff Thrush is
Pewnie to tak samo racjonalna historia jak wtedy, co pomagałem pasterzowi i myślał, że jest wilkołak, a to byli zbójcy.
What strangers?
They looked like monks, only they had daggers concealed under their robes. I saw them clearly. I'm telling you, there's something fishy going on around Ambrose.
But I have to speak to him.
Didn't you hear what I said? He doesn't speak to nobody. He hides away in his hut and sends everyone away. I'd think long and hard before doing anything if I was you. Because this reeks of hell.
Mogę jeszcze się coś dowiedzieć o Pustelniku?
Ask then if you must.
What do you know about this apparition?
Stanislav, the herds boy. He comes running into the village that night, all terrified, saying he'd seen a rider from hell in Apollonia. And the very next night, it appeared in the rocks below the road to Tahov. There's this conciliatory stone cross there. And the next day, it was at a funny angle. There's some devilry in it.
Krzyż był przekrzywiony.
And it was the herds boy who saw it by the cross, or someone else?
The apothecary's wife, Gerda. Ask her yourself. She's not been herself ever since, poor woman.
Where can I find the herds boy?
Dobrze, dobrze, rozmawiajmy. Retoryka się sama nie podbije.
Right above the big crossroads outside Apollonia.
How do I get to the hermit?
You're asking for trouble, lad. But all right, if you insist, you go through Apollonia along the path below the rocks till you reach the point where it crosses the stream. And from there, you take the path uphill to the left, leading into the rocks.
Who's this hermit fella, anyway?
No one knows. He settled in the rocks a few years back. Folk used to go to him for various healing ointments or advice.
And what has he got to do with this apparition?
Well, he was at death's door recently, bedridden, and then suddenly he's got his health back. Just like that. And he's like a different man since then. He sends everyone who goes to see him packing. Mark my words. He sold his soul to the devil to get better. And the devil sometimes comes here on the prowl for unwary souls.
Where did these peculiar monks come from?
Hard to say, but they rode in on well-fed horses.
Monks on horseback? That's definitely odd.
Well, Bashka the butcher says they came from the bishop about that diabolical apparition. In short, the Inquisition.
Okej, dowiedzieliśmy się bardzo dużo ciekawych rzeczy. Czy ja mogę tutaj porozmawiać? Tak, mamy pomów ze świadkową Gertą, porozmawiać z wieśniakami. Okej. Jest Gerta.
I'd like to ask you about something.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Go away, please.
Wait, Gerda. I didn't come to mock you. On the contrary, I want to help you.
Really?
I believe you really did see something. But I want to know what it really was.
So, what do you want me to tell you?
Relax, Gerda. Have a think, and then tell me what happened with the apparition.
It was the day before yesterday. I was picking marshmallow roots above the rocks. It grows by the cross there, near the big dry tree not far from the road to Tachov. I didn't get home till after dark when I suddenly realized I didn't have my knife.
So you went back to the cross?
God have mercy. He hopped up right out of the ground in front of me. He was all in black and he was grinding his teeth. I started to scream. There was something glinting in the dark and this clanking sound, and I just turned and scarpered.
That's all?
At one point I turned around and I saw a dark shadow darting across the field. Proper flying along it was, like the devil, and heading straight to Apollonia.
What's this place where you saw the apparition?
It's a conciliatory cross, erected in the memory of some innocent's death. They say some years ago, a young fellow killed himself on account of an unhappy love affair. He jumped from a cliff.
And the day after you saw the apparition, the cross was at an angle.
Aye, all askew. Everyone here saw it. I didn't go back. I can't.
Don't worry, Gerda. Nobody's gonna make fun of you anymore. I'll find out what it was all about and what you really saw there.
What do you think happened?
I don't know yet, but you needn't fear. Everything will get cleared up soon.
Thank you. By all of the saints, thank you. But please, come and tell me how it turned out. I'll make it worth your while.
Okej, pogadane z Gertą. Myślę, że
Gerda,
ten krzyż skrywa jakąś tajemnicę. Spróbuję się tu pokręcić jeszcze, może od kogoś jeszcze się czegoś
that
dowie.
cross hides a secret.
Good day to you. What brings you here?
I heard something happened to Ambrose the Hermit.
Too right. He sends everyone packing right
Proszę,
away.
za Skrybą Gablem mamy
Shame a lot.
dość sporo dialogów na temat
I hear
pustelnika.
Ambrose the Hermit has some old sword.
Aye, we used to have it hanging on the wall in his hut. But then he took it down. He might have sold it.
What do you know about this diabolical apparition?
Christ, have mercy. Oh, I want nothing to do with that. Till we meet again.
O proszę, jak się wystraszył.
What do you know about the apparition at the cross?
Better ask Gerda at the apothecary's. She's the one that saw it with her own eyes.
I heard Stanislav had some kind of nighttime vision. A diabolical apparition.
Mary, Mother of God, protect us. A few days ago, he ran into the village on his last legs with fear. He said he saw a diabolical horseman down at the crossroads. Till we meet again.
Dobra, podjechałem pod tą miejscówkę, gdzie teoretycznie pojawia się zjawa. Ja kojarzę to miejsce, ponieważ tutaj niejednokrotnie widywałem wilki.
The Conciliatory Cross. An old memorial to some unfortunate event. This is where Gerda saw the apparition.
O właśnie, o wilku mowa. Jeden padł, jeszcze drugi. Pęk i chyba jeszcze powinien być trzeci. Jednak nie. Wychodzi na to, że teren jest czysty, to zacznijmy kopać. Warto nosić szpadel ze sobą zawsze.
Fresh soil. Someone was digging here recently. It doesn't look like an apparition, Gerda.
Tabart krzyżowców z czerwoną gwiazdą, dekret mianowania, scenę Szela Ambrożego, kronika krzyżowców, list dotyczący pożaru komandorii zakonu, grosze i opończa krzyżowca.
He didn't take either the coin or the books. So it wasn't a thief. It must be something else he was after.
Zajechałem do Apoleny, żeby pogadać z naszym szafarzykiem, który rzekomo widział zjawy.
Is that true?
Ah, you're that wolf hunter, Henry, aren't you?
No gościu, rozmawialiśmy parę
This
zadań
time I
temu.
need something from you. What about that apparition? Tell me.
Why do you want to know? Forget that shit, pal. It reeks of fire and brimstone.
Weźmy może
I know
to.
how to deal with evil spirits. I know a spell. Want to learn it?
Of course.
Say after me. Vade retro satana.
Vade retro satana.
Vade retro satana. Remember that. You just have to say it, and you'll drive away the devil.
My God, what a spell. It's clear you know your stuff. What did you want to know?
What exactly did you see that night at the crossroads?
A diabolical apparition. A black rider on a black horse flew into Apollonia. His eyes glowed, and his horse was black as charcoal. He turned this way and that a couple of times at the crossroads, and then darted off into the rocks. To the hermit's place, I'm sure.
He turned this way and that. That's strange. Would the devil not know the way?
I'm telling the
Słuszna uwaga.
truth. Gerda from the apothecary saw him too.
But the hermit helps people, though, doesn't he?
Aye, he did. Only now they're saying he was at death's door and sold his soul to the devil. And that was the horseman.
Why? Why would the old man have sold his soul to the devil and then kept living as a pauper in his hut?
Who knows what's going on in them
No
rocks?
właśnie, kto wie, co
It's
tam się
trickery
dzieje.
for sure. Take care for now.
No to co, zostało nam udać się w kierunku Apoleny i zbadać, co tam się u nich dzieje. No okej, dojechałem do tego punktu H, mamy się tu rozejrzeć. Przypuszczam, że chodzi o tą miejscówkę, która jest zaznaczona na mapie, bo cóż by innego mogło nas interesować w tym lesie.
Rear up!
Proszę, znalazłem kolegę Wąskiego. Ma przy sobie klucz szkieletu z Apoleny. Zabrałem go, zobaczymy, do czego nam się przyda.
Horse?
Proszę, koń.
What's it doing here in the woods? I should take a closer look.
I w chacie jest skrzynka. Natomiast w skrzynce powiedziałbym, że 180 groszy, zawsze coś do przodu, parę bandaży. Pytanie, czy to wszystko, czy coś tu jeszcze się ciekawego z tym koniem dzieje?
A beautiful horse. Black as charcoal. The herds boy wasn't lying. And you don't smell of brimstone. You're just an ordinary horse. Someone really did come to see the hermit. But it wasn't the devil.
Ze wszystkich tropów zostało nam już tylko sprawdzenie samej lokalizacji kryjącej się pod znacznikiem B. O proszę, jaka miejscówka ukryta. Jest nasz pustelnik, jak zakładam. Tak.
You've no business here, fella. God be with you, hermit.
I don't have time for you. Go away.
Folk in the village are saying you've made a miraculous recovery. And since then, you won't let anyone near you. What happened?
Nothing happened. I just can't stand all these people coming here and disturbing me. Can't I have a moment's peace?
I came about that sword of yours. I'd like to buy it from you.
I'll keep my sword, thanks very much. It's a fine piece.
Right. Long since broken and unused. I wouldn't hum and haw too long if I were you. Radovan the blacksmith will give you a good price for it.
Oh, right. You mean that sword? I don't have it anymore.
Myślę, że polecimy z tą opcją z demaskacją.
Judging by what I've heard about you, you're a bit fishy, hermit.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of talk about you in the village. They say you've made a pact with the devil, and are summoning demons from hell.
Old wives' tales. What do I care about such nonsense?
Well, but supposing it isn't nonsense.
Of course it is.
The apparition was seen by the conciliatory cross at night.
Old wives' tales.
I went to take a look, and it really is askew. But it wasn't magic that Hellspawn was wielding. It was a shovel. There was a hiding place beneath the cross. And the man digging there at night didn't have time to put the cross back in the right position.
By all the saints! So someone was digging there. What has that to do with me?
There was a brand new cloak of the Knights of the Cross in the hiding place. It's clear that the man doing the digging hid it there, maybe to cover up who he really is. And what he's planning.
I still don't know what you want from me. What have I got to do with some cloak?
The man who took things from the hiding place can't have
No,
been
zebraliśmy
some
wszystkie
thief.
dowody, jakie było. Gościu, nie masz szans się wykręcić i wymigać z tego.
So keep the groschen, lad, and stop pestering me. It's nothing to do with me.
I found some pretty interesting documents of the Order.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I reckon you do, Ambrose. According to one of the documents, you were appointed Seneschal of the Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Or are you going to tell me it was some other Ambrose?
I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't know anything about any documents.
A few nights ago, a herdsboy saw a black horseman ride into Apollonia. He thought it was an apparition, but I think a demon would have known the road to Apollonia and wouldn't have spun round and round at the crossroads like a top.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I found a black horse stabled in a pen here. In the woods below the rocks. A well-fed, healthy horse. Black as charcoal. The man who rode on it wasn't an apparition. Or the devil.
Why are you telling me all this? For God's sake! Stop this nonsense right now.
That's enough. I think there are enough fishy things going on around you for me to tell the bailiff. But you're in luck. All I'm after is that broken sword. So, come clean.
You're wide of the mark. But in the end, maybe you could help me.
What do you want help with, Ambrose?
I'm not Ambrose. He died some time ago. I am Conrad, Knight of the Cross with the Red Star.
What are you doing in the hermit's hut then?
In Prague, I got into a serious dispute. Ambrose was the only person who could help me. That's why I came to see him.
I'm guessing that the diabolical horseman scaring people round these parts was you.
That was not my intention, believe me.
Ambrose is dead, you say? How did it happen?
He was an old man. Unfortunately, he was already at death's door when I found him.
And you had nothing to do with his death?
Of course not. Ambrose was my friend. I'd known
No
him
gościu,
for
jeszcze nie
20
podjąłem
years.
decyzji, czy ci
He
wierzę.
was a good member of the Order and an outstanding teacher.
Ambrose was a member of your order.
More than a member. He was the Seneschal, second in rank only to the Grand Master. He served the Order for many years before
Proszę.
getting into a dispute with the Prague chapter and the Inquisition. Then he had to disappear. I was the only one to know where to look for him. But I came too late. All he managed to tell me was his last wish.
You scared the life out of Gerda from Troskowitz that night. What were you doing there?
Ambrose had a hiding place beneath the cross where he kept things from his past.
I found some documents there from the Knights of the Cross. But Ambrose clearly wasn't interested in them. So what did he send you to get?
He sensed that death was coming for him. He wanted me to help settle his affairs. And he also longed to hold his old sword in his hands one last time. I went to his hiding place that very night. But by the time I got back, Ambrose was dead. I put the blade on his grave in place of a cross.
So the sword is on Ambrose's grave. Will you tell me where I can find it?
You want to disturb his rest?
I just want the sword, that's all. It's no use to him now.
All right. I'll tell you where his grave is if you fulfill Ambrose's last wish instead of me. I can't do it.
No dobra, lećmy z tym.
What am I supposed to do?
Listen carefully then. There's an old widow called Margaret living in the village. Take this cross to her and say to her exactly these words. Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
That's right.
I hope she'll know what this is about.
Don't worry, she will. Give her the cross, and I'll tell you where you can find the sword. Benedictio Domini sit tecum.
No nic, no przynajmniej wydaje się, że podróż i zadanie jest dość proste.
Hey, fella! Listen, we need help.
Who are you?
Co tu się dzieje?
Who do you serve?
We are Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Good brothers in Christ. I'll explain everything, but there's no time now. We have to act fast. Our brother Klesgen is dying. The crazy fool shot him. Help us.
All right, we'll have a quiet talk. What happened?
If you're going to see the hermit, be warned. The man in the hut is just pretending to be the hermit. His name is Conrad, and he's a fraud and a murderer. The Inquisition paid him to murder our Grandmaster Zdeněk in Prague. Fortunately, God did not let him carry out the crime. But 2 of our brothers were killed by Conrad when they tried to detain him.
And I see a third one will soon join them.
He was just about to flee from here as well. We took him by surprise, but he had time to grab that damned crossbow and shoot Klesgen. By the Virgin Mary, help us. We have to catch him.
No i komu
Why
wierzyć?
should I get mixed up in it?
I'll pay you. We just need to distract Conrad's attention. That's all. Otherwise, we won't have a chance against his crossbow in that gorge.
Did Conrad really want to flee?
Yes. We stopped him at the last moment. He almost got away. But we surrounded him.
You're a knight of an order.
Yes. I am Brother Arnold, a Knight of the Cross with the Red Star. And these are Brothers Sibald and Nicholas. You are too late to make the acquaintance of Brother Klesgen, I'm afraid. We take care of the sick in infirmaries throughout the land. But we can't help our brother. You have to help us, while there's still time.
Dobra, na razie damy, pomogę
Tried to
wam.
deceive me. He mustn't get away.
God, thank you. Try to get close unseen and set fire to the haystack on the right-hand side of the yard. Then his crossbow will be useless. But do it quickly, before he gets away.
No i teraz muszę iść pogadać z tym naszym kolegą Pustelnikiem. Będziesz do mnie strzelał, typie? Nie machaj tą kuszą.
Is that supposed to be a threat?
No, mogę z tobą porozmawiać?
to make me nervous. Hey, stop right there. Halt, or I'll shoot.
Wait, Conrad! It's me, Henry!
Don't move a muscle, I mean it.
I don't know what's going on here. I just want to talk with you in peace.
I understand, but there's no time for talk now.
They sent me after you, but I'm not your enemy.
I don't believe you. I don't believe anyone anymore. I don't want to kill you. Go away.
I can help you. Let's talk.
All right. But make it quick.
Ale roller
And
coaster.
no sudden movements. Agnosco fortunam Cartaginas.
Aha, i teraz się przeciąga, tak? Schował tu kurze, ale jeszcze chwilę ją utrzymał.
What do you want?
You wanted to run off and break our agreement.
And what is it you want to hear from me?
Why do they want to kill you?
Why? They want to silence me. I had proof of our Grandmaster's Denyek's treachery. But they are blind. They refuse to believe me.
What about the murders? Did you really kill 2 brothers of the Order?
I had to defend myself. I'd be dead if I hadn't killed them.
Where can I find Ambrose's broken sword?
It's not far. At the edge of the meadow up there are 2 entangled birch trees. There's a grave beneath them, and the sword is on the grave.
That's all I need to know.
There's no time to go into it. Sorry, young man. You got mixed up in a game of high stakes, and there's no way back.
A, no i co teraz?
In that case, we'll play that game out together. Just let them come.
Thank you, friend. Benedictio Domini sit tecum. Nothing is how you think, Arnold. They deceived you.
Ty, ale nie będziesz z tego do mnie strzelał, nie?
I'll get you. Sucker. You want to out with blade, do you?
Jeden z głowy,
Yeah. Don't spare him.
drugi
True blood,
prawie.
yeah. We're gonna gut you, you whoreson. Ah, fuck. Put that away. So you have a weapon. Big deal. You're beginning to make me nervous.
Gościu, pomogłem ci, nie prowokuj mnie. No, jeszcze 2 słowa na koniec.
Damn it. What was that all about?
I think I owe you an explanation.
Yeah, you're right. Let's hear it then.
And what is it you want to hear from me?
Why were they trying to kill you?
I had proof that our Grand Master's Denyek had betrayed the Order and was conspiring with the Prague chapter. But it was turned against me. Damned Inquisition. First they chased out Ambrose, and now me.
That's all I need to know.
And that's an end to it. This is in return for your silence.
Thank you. I won't say a word. Don't worry.
Farewell, friend. Go with God. Benedictio Domini sit tecum.
Okej, czyli tutaj akcja się skończyła i lecimy szukać grobu. Czyżby to było to? No, okej, gdzie to jest mniej więcej?
Now that's what I call steel.
No, mamy w końcu miecz.
Broken, but there's hardly a trace of rust.
Można jeszcze okraść ten grób. Zobaczmy. I co? I to wszystko? Bogaci w wiedzę i... Co to za długi badyl? A do miecha sobie dorobił, okej. Bogaci w wiedzę i o ten złamany miecz. Myślę, że mogę pogadać z Radowanem.
What'll it be?
So I'm back, Master Blacksmith.
Excellent. How did it go with the hermit?
He's dead.
What? Did you?
No, not me. It just got a bit complicated. Anyway, it turns out old Ambrose really used to be a knight. And this really is Toledo steel. You were right, blacksmith.
God's nails. That's quite something.
First class welded steel. Ambrose must have broken the sword himself, deliberately. It wouldn't have just happened in battle.
That's exactly what we need. See now, youngster. My clever plan worked out nicely in the end.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your, clever plan.
You haven't disappointed me yet, lad. So I'm sure forging an exceptional sword won't be a problem for you either.
Wait, I thought you wanted to do it yourself. I'm just your assistant, after all.
Not at all. I trust you. One day you'll become a master. That is, unless you lose your head first.
No i pośmialiśmy się. Że teraz mam wykuć miecz. Okej, na szczęście jest gotowa recepta na miecz pustelnika. Że to mocno trzeba podgrzewać. Weź tam łapę do tego paleniska.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Sakra.
Okej, chyba styknie. I teraz będzie dobra beka.
This is gonna take a while yet. This is almost done. Oh, finally.
O, nawet 2 wytrychy przy okazji zgarnąłem z talentu. Świetnie, miecz wykuty, pogadajmy z Radowanem.
I've got something for you, blacksmith.
God's nails, you weren't bullshitting.
I'd say it looks pretty much like a sword, eh?
Looks like. This is a damn
No,
fine
jak nas
piece of
chwali. Kawał dobrej roboty.
Thanks. I was glad to help, but now there's something I need from you.
I'll pay you, of course. And if you want to do some smithing, I won't throw you out of my forge either.
No, you know full well what I need. I have to get to Samin's wedding.
Why is it so important for you? It'll just be a lot of people stuffing their faces. You can find that anywhere.
Gościu, nie kombinuj, nie odpalaj mnie nawet.
And you don't need to know them.
God's nails, lad. You're full of mysteries. But whatever, that's your business. I don't mind taking you to the wedding. Nothing to it. We can set off once you're ready.
Udało się. Jako że wiemy, gdzie jest grób z mieczem, to nie byłbym sobą, gdybym nie sprawdził, czy możemy ominąć cały ten cyrk i korowód, który się wiąże z zadaniem, które nas do niego prowadzi. Także pojedziemy zobaczyć, co tam nas na grobie czeka.
What's this? Grave.
Jest i grób, ale miecza nie. Czyli wychodzi na to, że trzeba coś dalej pchnąć z naszym zadaniem. Także polecę do Ambrożego. Widzę, że chłop siedzi na ławeczce przed domem. Może poczekamy, aż noc zapadnie. No, poszedł grzecznie spać. Ja mu zapodam lekarstwo na mocny sen. I co on tu ma na sobie? Zabieramy wszystko. I teraz dostałem dziennik. Dziennik możemy na szybko przejrzeć.
This hasn't been here for long. It looks like some kind of notes. Like a diary. Let's have a look at it then.
I teraz pojawiła się miejscówka z zaznaczonym już miejscem, gdzie powinniśmy szukać tego miecza, czyli dokładnie to samo, co w tym przydługim questie fabularnym. Także lecę. No i miecz magicznie się teleportował na miejscu. Także bardzo szybko można całą linię zadania ominąć. I w ten sposób kończymy zadanie Pustelnik. Bardzo serdecznie dziękuję wszystkim za oglądanie. Gorąco zapraszam do kolejnego odcinka. Na razie to tyle, także oby do zobaczenia.